say.
So I believe this was once again compiled by GCU, of course I Still Love You, in the chat. And this is, again, this is for people who don't play Destiny to answer questions about Destiny. But if you two would want to weigh in as a second stage.
Second tier.
All right. Question 1. The Drifter is a scruffy light bearer who serves as the guardian equivalent of our sketchy uncle who lives in a van down by the river. He lives in a shipping container aboard his junker ship towing a weird dimensional rift containing a Mario Kart track and likes to tell us weird stories about his adventures out in the wilderness. If he's to be believed, what alien race has the Drifter not canonically eaten? The Scorn, the Cabal, the Hive, or the Elixni?
I'm going to go with the Cabal.
Aren't the Cabal the kind of the...
chat, by the way.
Oh yeah, we should put them to
sure.
sleep.
Put the babies to sleep.
Put the babies to sleep.
Yeah, I got him.
Is the Cabal the race of kind of their like big mechanized tough babies?
Not mechanized, but some tough babies.
Huge
they're
big
they're
baby
like
armors?
Big, yeah,
They're
sort of like...
With tiny little heads?
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
that's who I'm going to
boys.
say that he hasn't eaten.
He's not eaten.
Yeah, I agree with
So that's
Andrew.
the Elixni are AKA the Fallen. They're the ones with the 4 arms. The
go.
Hive are the sort of like the creepy insectile zombie ones.
Bring a sword.
The Cabal are like the space rhinos with the sort of power
Space
armor.
Rhino's good call.
And the Scorn are like if the Elixni got infected with the brain worms.
Too much skin.
I'm gonna guess those guys.
All right, so
That
you've
Cabal.
already guessed.
I'm sticking to Cabal.
I believe it's Scorn.
Well, the answer is Scorn.
Hey.
Drifter's
Oh.
pre-match voice lines comment on the edibility of both the Cabal and the Hive, and a lore tab implies he's eaten Elixni when starving. However, those same voice lines say he hasn't yet worked up the courage or the stomach to manage one of the undead Scorn. Some Scorn tend to explode, so I don't really blame him.
Scream burger.
Scream burger. Next question.
Get a packet of screamlings.
Ruinous Effigy, aka Ruinous Eggify, is a weird new trace rifle that turns enemies into throwable projectiles. What did Guardians make this weapon out of? This is like in the canon, what did they make this weapon from? A marauding hunger essence that appeared as a flying bird skull, a shape-shifting wish-granting dragon, the Vex mind at the core of a small planetoid in the process of being converted to a single massive supercomputer, or literally a tree.
Wow. I'm going to say the Vex mind, although
I don't know the answer to these either, by the way.
Tree.
Yeah, the tree is the funniest.
I know
Tree.
that they're all correct for something.
Those things were all being
Yeah.
materia
Those
for
are
building things
all
in
weapons.
the game. Yeah.
I gotta say it is the shape-shifting dragon.
Did you have a guess, Andrew?
I'm going to go with the shape-shifting dragon as well.
All right. Did you had a guess already?
I said tree.
The answer is tree.
Go!
Yeah!
The ruinous effigy is carved from a branch of the paracausal tree of silver wings. We turned the bird skull into the weapon Bad Juju, and the dragon into 1,000 voices.
Right.
And we just kicked Argos, the planetary core, into the Leviathan's fusion reactor after it was accidentally sucked out of the middle of Nessus. Like you do. Question 3. The Aphelion, a mysterious creature that appears without warning and somehow causes the deaths of hundreds, is associated with what real-world topic? A. Diatoms, B. Deep-sea fanglyfish, C. Nuclear power, or D. Chicago?
Chicago.
Chicago.
I'm going D the whole way down, baby.
Yeah.
Chicago.
I'll just
Just
be
riding that
contrary and just say,
D-train.
was it nuclear fission?
Nuclear power.
Nuclear power, I'll go with that.
All right. The answer is C. Nuclear power. The Aphelion is associated with the Awoken. The Aphelion, associated with the Awoken, is an undescribed but terrifying being strongly associated with the real-world history of nuclear power and nuclear accidents. Some name it the core that stalked, inspired by the IRL Demon Core plutonium pit that was involved in 2 separate accidents, and the descriptions of its attacks are based on what happens during a criticality incident. While the other 2 in this case are made up, one Guardian really does think she was hunted by the Aphelion in the ruins of old Chicago. Question 4. Lord Shax argued against a Vanguard ban of the Mida multi-tool scout rifle in PvP for what reason? A. its onboard AI was smart enough to count as a separate entity, making it a player rather than a piece of equipment. B, its power cores needed to be constantly discharged anyway, lest they potentially fold into local black holes. C, it was constructed in another universe and accidentally dropped into ours, placing it outside of the Vanguard's jurisdiction. Or D, Crucible broadcasts recovered as a result of a temporal anomaly that briefly fused the present and future, showed it being used in matches, so banning it might potentially cause a time paradox.
I mean, I gotta go with that last one.
This one I know for certain,
Love
so
me
I
a
will
good
not weigh in.
paradox.
I like A.
C.
I'm gonna go with B. Let's go all the way down the list.
May I take a guess?
Yes.
It is it is coming from a different universe.
You and Ben are correct. It is C. The Mighty Multi-Tool dropped into our dimension from the timeline of Marathon,
What?
a pre-Halo Bungie game.
Whoa.
In Marathon, the Mida faction led a short-lived violent revolution on Mars. They were bad at governing, but apparently well armed. And so Shaxx claims, no, this came from another universe. It's outside your jurisdiction. You aren't allowed to ban it in Crucible.
I mean, that is hard to argue with.
Right?
Yeah.
Couldn't you use the argument the other way around? This is from another dimension. You can't use it at all. Like,
All right.
All right, and number 5. The catalyst for the weapon, World Line Zero, was completed by using the weapon to strike the 5 bosses of the Escalation Protocol activity. Each strike dropped a temporary item with a different name themed around what? A, failed attempts at cold fusion. B, Egyptian deities associated with time. C, disproven theoretical particles. Or D, the Russian modernist art movement.
B.
Andrew on B.
I'm on B.
Johnny's taking the D.
Taking the D.
B.
B.
Yeah, I'll go B.
I like the Russian part of it.
I like the Russian.
Who doesn't like the Russians?
Oh, those Russians.
Well, you are correct. The 5 items are named Black Square, Red Cavalry, Torsion, Factura, and Anarchia, all prominent touchstones of early 1900s Russian modernism. The key to this question is knowing that World Line Zero is associated with the warmind Rasputin, the solar system's most heavily armed art critic.
See, I thought it was a fake out because I was like, okay, Russian, it's leaning towards
Right.
Rasputin. It's got to be a fake out.
And Rasputin has never missed a chance in his life to be a pretentious dork, even if it's just for himself.
True.
With the first one being about failed cold fusion attempts, I was wondering if the fake out answers were going to be the names of the first Power Macintoshes. They were famous.
Fusion, yeah.
Cold Fusion, Butthead Astronomer,
Yep.
and Piltdown Man.
Yeah. Butthead
Piltdown
Astronomer,
Man.
named after what's his name?
Carl Sagan.
Carl Sagan. Yeah.